Hello there, right here we have a brand new 1.17 snapshot. This is 20W48A. It comes with some new blocks as you can see, and with some really cool features like a lava farm. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys get to see those cool farm videos when they come out. And you can actually join us as we test out cool things that we can do with these new features on our snapshot testing server. You can find the link to the stream down in the description. So I'll see all you guys there after watching this video, but let's get into all the new features. They add a new block, and this is Dripstone block. It's in the block menu here in the creative menu, and it looks really cool. They also added another new block, which is pointed dripstone. This is what we kind of know as the stalagmite or stalactite, which are the ones that are on top. So one block actually does two functions, and you can click on the small ones to add more to it, and you can see how they grow. And there is 4 different stages. Referred to as thickness. On the right hand side, you can see there's tip, frustrum, middle, everything else is going to be middle except for the very bottom, which is going to be base. And same things for the ones that are pointing downwards. And they look amazing just sitting there. And if the pointed dripstone is not attached to something, it will fall. If you fall onto the pointed dripstone, it will hurt you. Also hurt you if you just jump on it. Looks like it does about 1 heart. But the higher you are when you fall on it, the more it does. So this could easily be used to kill mobs from a lot lower distance. So instead of having a mob fall to death, you can make them fall part way and then hit one of these. That would kill them, and then you could just pick up the loot. And if the point dripstone falls onto the player, it will also hurt him. The farther it falls, the more it will damage him. Stalagmites will normally drip water, but they can also drip lava if there is a lava pool above them. You can see them here. This one's dripping lava particles, and this one's dripping water particles, and we got water and lava up here. And over time, this will slowly fill up the cauldrons. This one will fill it with water, and this one will fill it with lava. So you can essentially that means we got you making lava farms. As this source here will produce infinite sources down here, and all we have to do is scoop them up with a bucket. That is really cool, because people are always trying to think of ways to get more lava without going around and scooping it all up and being very difficult to transport. You can see right there, that one actually added a level to the water there. So it doesn't actually take too long. You can also make the tipped dripstone fall just by hitting it with a trident. You see it broke it off right where I hit it, and all of the pieces fell down. Now the pointed dripstone will naturally grow. We can make a farm very similar to like the vine farms, with the flying machine coming by and breaking them off. Each part of the pointed dripstone has a different hitbox. There's the tipped, here's the medium. You can see how you can step up them. That is the frustrum, and here's the base here. And if I add one more, this is the middle, so you can hop up each one. It's kind of like some really steep stairs. A lot of cool features can be done with this, like making very slow clocks, making new types of farms, and even the aesthetics of this block is pretty unique. We'll be doing a lot more testing of this during our snapshot stream. Make sure you join that. But they also did some more changes, and one of them has to do with how bundles unload now. Now when you right click them, it's just going to give you one item out of the bundle. And it looks like it takes it from the top. So I guess it's kind of predictable, which is probably the main thing that they're trying to go for. The first things that you put in are the first things that come out. But if you right click it without being inside your inventory, it throws everything out. The advanced tooltips also have some new information at the bottom of this little pop-up where it says fullness 64 out of 64. You can see how much more you can go before it's full without having to count everything up. They made a change to candles. They can no longer just be placed like anywhere like this, but instead they have to be placed on a solid surface. So anything the same size of the candle they can be placed on. Let's see if I can add more. Looks like you can add more, and they can exceed the block below them. But you can't have them like sitting in mid-air like this anymore. I wonder if these will update when I try to place a candle on them. Oh no, you just can't place any more candles on them. So they just need room for the first one to fit, and then the rest can fit on there as well. So no floating candles like Hogwarts. So now having any piece of leather armor will prevent the player from freezing when he's inside of the powdered snow. So I'm not getting any animation. If I remove the boots, you can see the screen starts zooming in, and I start getting the freezing animation on the outside. Go ahead, put the boots back in, and then it reverses. That's pretty cool. So it might actually be useful in some cases to have one of your pieces of armor be leather. They also changed the textures of amethyst, the candle, and the clock, as well as compass, and the spyglass, which now looks very squarish. And when you hold it, so it looks like you hold it, and you hold it outwards. Now it looks very kind of straightforward. It is a 3D model instead of a flat one. They also add a game rule so you can turn off freeze damage, similar to you can turn off like fire damage. They also fixed a few bugs in this snapshot, like this trick that you could use to do with putting the player at such an angle so he can see very easily underwater. So notice how easy it is to see underneath the water, and then if I do this, it's a little bit harder. And this trick was used by speedrunners to kind of see nice things underneath the ocean. And you can also do this with lava, and this has now been removed. In swimming mode, things in your hand would kind of have weird animations. You can kind of see how it's like pointing weird directions when you're trying to shoot a bow and swim at the same time. And this includes things like the telescope when it's trying to be used underneath water. It looks really weird. They also fix it so the telescope doesn't wobble when you are walking. It kind of looks strange. They also fixed it so there's not that weird little wave thing you can do by doing an attack and then also trying to use it at the same time that we showed during our snapshot testing. Looked pretty cool, but doesn't make a lot of sense. They fixed it so the items won't get immediately deleted if you unpack a bundle while being in creative. There were some problems with the Elder Guardian when he would give you the fatigue effect. His animations of his literal spines going in and out would also show up on that effect animation, and that's now been changed. They fixed this bug in the new snapshot, so now making slabs will give you 6 instead of 4. They now fixed it so that having full leather actually prevents you from freezing. This also applies to mobs. And they also made it so that you get the freezing effect in creative just like you would in survival, so you can test stuff easily. The powder snow particle effects wasn't showing up properly along the edges of the block, and they now changed it. If you had a compass that wasn't pointing to anything and you had inside of a bundle, it's been around rapidly. There were still problems with not being able to manipulate the saddle on a horse using commands, and they fixed that. The fabulous warning was showing up during times it shouldn't. This is when it doesn't really work with some people's graphics. When using structure blocks and trying to summon in a structure with entities on, it was actually doing the opposite, and that's been fixed now. And I was kind of wondering why that wasn't working last time. TNT is translucent when it shouldn't be, so that's fixed in the new version. They also made some modifications to the item modification command so it works in areas that it wasn't. Next is that the world border doesn't go beyond the build limit. So it looks kind of weird. It looks like you can almost like fly over it or fly under it, which you cannot. So now it's been extended. It's really amazing how many new 1.17 features we already got, and just the extent of things you can do with these small changes. Quite amazing. Should be a lot of fun testing these out, and I will be doing a video going into all the things that we discover during our testing stream, which is going on right now, so you guys can check that out with the link down in the description. And don't forget to leave this video a like as well as share it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.